I absolutely hate the silly videos that just convey the same BS over and over again. One new tool comes out, oh, you can submit surveys or you can do affiliate marketing. Maybe you can start learning how to dropship or just go to Fiverr and you'll get clients. You should learn design or you should start an agency, blah, blah, blah. Most of these people hardly have any experience selling or building anything tangible online. Enough bashing everyone. This isn't a diss track. Hi, my name is Saksham. I'm the founder of Metro Media House. We're pretty known in the online industry at this point. And the three skills that I'm about to tell you right now, I have personally sold either combinations or them separately in the last 3 to 6 months. And the best part, they're difficult. If you need basic tips, go watch something by the same old creators who have been talking about the same old things for years now, just to fool the new audience. So buckle up, don't expect it to be easy or something that you can learn tomorrow and you can end up making lakhs and lakhs of amounts. I want you all to grow in the long term, and for that, let's lock in. Number one, launch videos. I would say tech Twitter is one of the most fascinating places to hang out, especially online, only due to a certain factors in my opinion. Number one, the most high value people hang out here. News and any new movement in any industry, it comes out on Twitter way before, or X right now, comes out on this platform way before than any other platform. And anything new, it gets the attention of people on Twitter and then it's circulated across all social media. And I would say that this year, launch videos have become a whole new trend. People tend to target top of the funnel audience that will be nurtured, but getting the attention, that's the main thing. So that happens with launch videos. You take the example of Cluely. They build their whole business by creating the perception that's way bigger than they actually ended up being currently, since they have now become just a note taker, I believe. There was one point this year where Claude started losing interest among the audience, and Anthropic does an insanely cinematic launch video, and that gets the interest of people going again. Now I'll tell you why launch videos are interesting from the skill perspective. The economics is delicious. Let's say a startup raises $5 million. A common data set in the VC market, it's that 50 cents to the dollar, or half of the money that any company raises through VC or any other funding rounds, they are spent in marketing, especially paid marketing. However, let's say if a startup has raised $5 million, they'll easily allocate anywhere from, let's say, 250 to 500K on short form content and organic content distribution for a certain amount of time. Launch videos being one of them. Organic attention, it's everlasting, right? I just saw Nick Setting do a really good video talking about how sales is in person, but marketing assets, they don't die out. They just rebuild themselves, as a new life completely. And oftentimes tech startups, right? Everything is a byproduct of getting attention. Tech startups, they need attention, and for that they need distribution, and they need the perception to be something that will get the unaware audience nurtured to the point where they can eventually become those subscription buyers, right? Because MRR gets developed, then through that they can get the valuation done, right? And they will happily spend it on creators who can help them achieve those big numbers, since organic content and paid marketing in different aspects, it's a one-to-many impact. If you do a video that gets 4 million, 5 million views, with a fraction of investment, you have actually made a huge impact in the industry. And everybody is chasing eyeballs. If you get there first, or if you get more of them, it's very valuable. Now, to create launch videos, you need a certain set of things. I'll read them off of here. You need taste, you need creative direction, you need storyboarding, you need a feel for timing, movement marketing, sound design, and the ability to bring an idea to life visually, emotionally, and cinematically. And this is where the opportunity overall cracks open a lot. Because with AI, the barrier to entry for a launch video, let's say, it has fallen from a 9 out of 10 or a 4 out of 5 to maybe a 2 or 3, right? It's because people can now create stunning visuals. But the tricky part is the barrier to entry is still a bit high for majority people in creating launch videos. Because you need to know social media, you need to know storytelling, you need to know about the market, you need to know scripting, you need to know how to edit, or let's say if you work as a solo freelancer, you need to know how you can compress all of the vision of the client in your launch video. And there are certain ways to do it, right? People do product videos, they do AI videos, they do in-person cinematic videos as well. With AI, it's easy to create those visuals, but nobody or I would say hardly many people know how to make good stuff happen from launch videos, to create a narrative that is completely new, or to bring something that the world needed but they didn't know that they needed. I hope you're getting my point. And if you can understand mood boarding, or I would say the overall rarest skill right now, aside from the editing and post-production, it's the creative direction layer. If you know how to storyboard from concept to final prototype, if you know how sound design works, you have actual taste, not just the usual Pinterest aesthetic, you can create something really unique based off of brand identities, then you are holding a skill that startups will fight over. Because here's the math. A single launch video, depending on complexity, would get you anywhere around, I would say, $500 to upwards of $10,000 as well. There are legit companies who do in-person launch videos and they charge upwards of 100K per launch video. Now, me personally, I have done one. I have actually done a few for a traditional media business, and then also an app blocker, plus we have done some B2B videos as well. We have charged personally anywhere from $1,000 to upwards of $11,000 for a single video. Now, I was able to do it and I saw an opportunity. So there's a clear lack of good people in this. And it's like, sure, this isn't a retainer basis, right? If you can create a massive launch video for a certain campaign, you can pitch bits and pieces of it to the client as well. So that can eventually turn out into a retainer basis of, let's say, your service. Now, if you go deeper into the market, you can do product animations, you can do AI assisted scenes, you can do, let's say, hybrid footage of, or hybrid edits of real footage plus AI. And you can charge like a studio when you're sitting in your bedroom. Think about it. And even better, you only need 1 or 2 clients a month to make stupid money with this business. So I would say overall barrier to entry, especially with AI, it's maybe a 3 out of 5. The income potential, 500 US to upwards of 10K, maybe 20K per video as well. So income potential is, I would say, 8 out of 10 or maybe 4 out of 5. You need skill number 3 that I'm going to talk about in this video to make this happen as well. But if you function as a team and you have somebody who can sell it for you, if you have a creative and you are an editor, then you can build a small lean team of people who are only focused on creating good launch videos. So I hope you like the first skill. If you want to learn how to build a service business online, or essentially your entire career, you can look into joining the Journey Club. It's our community where we teach hundreds and hundreds of people how to build their businesses and brands online. The results are extremely amazing, so check it out in the description. Let's move on to the second skill. Second one, it's product motion graphic demos. So the best thing you can do currently is to showcase your skill at a place where your target audience hangs out. There was this one tweet, I think maybe a month or 2 ago, about this motion designer who made a simple, I think 3 or 4 second animation about the Framer logo. It went so viral in the tech industry that people were commenting, asking about others who can actually make that happen. And then people were quoting that one single video endlessly on Twitter, asking if there are other people who can do that as well. Genuine founders were praising that one skill of creating product demonstration videos that are actually unique. Now, of course, sure, that was a Framer logo being visualized in a different manner, but doing, let's say, Google themed or Apple themed product demonstration videos, that's something that we have done as well. It's a great skill and it's hyper niche. So if you actually get good at it, you don't have much competition to fight, mainly because people don't have that sense of blending together a vision where, let's say, if you are presented with prototypes or Figma files, or let's say you're presented with screen recordings of an application, or you get the application yourself and you can, screen record all the ways around it. If you can craft a vision where you can take assets and then you can create animations that show how the product works and then it looks good, because the overall tech and VC industry, it's based off of handshakes, so people building connections, and then I would say it's a pissing contest, because most of the times people just want the best perception out of everything. Poppy was an AI, and this is like a general bad testimonial from me. Poppy was an AI that I heard a lot about. Sure, maybe I'm not using it well, but the experience that I've had with that AI, it's not good. But I bought into it because the perception that they made was so good that I just ended up buying the whole yearly subscription for it, like $400. And I wasn't happy. But at the end, they made money and they had their all policies, so I actually did not get a refund. I use it sometimes for short form transcripts and all. But The overall idea is that there's insane demand about product demonstration videos in the industry. So overall, select one niche. There are a lot of good niches inside it. You can do app demonstrations. There are SaaS businesses. There are companies who are building their own internal IPs. So oftentimes, not everything is meant for, let's say, B2C, right? Where people are creating those videos to be showcased to the public. Oftentimes, a lot of companies, they create videos that are shown internally within the team, or they are shown during business meetings. Those B2B videos can actually yield you a good amount of money. So I would say you can look into that as well. Look into tech, look into finance, look into media businesses, and then start pitching or start working on this art of product demonstration videos. Again, it will require the same skill as launch videos because you will need creative direction, you will need storyboarding. The complexity of product demonstration videos is, I would say, comparable to creating a whole company launch video, mainly because oftentimes, or I would say pretty much all of it, the editors that I've worked with, they hand draw the storyboard of the product demonstration videos, and then it comes to life, and then afterwards there are revisions as well. So it's a complex skill. If you can get good at it, I would say you will make an insane shit ton of money, right? So let's say in terms of getting clients for product demonstration videos, the easiest hack right now is to post your own sample work on Instagram and Twitter. So let's say you get active on just one platform, you do 10 videos a month, and then don't think about it from the frame of you not getting paid for your work. If you post your work online, let's say if you do 10 of them, and then that gives you one client who pays you $500. So it means that every video you make, you're actually making $500 from it, right? Change your framing about it, and I'm telling you, you can actually land clients pretty easily through this niche right now. Overall, I'd say barrier to entry is a solid 5 out of 5 because it requires a lot of existing skills. It requires a great niche interest. As a freelancer, you can make anywhere from, I would say, $500 to upwards of 5-10K as well. So income potential, it's maybe a 4 out of 5. Potential to be a 5 out of 5. And if you can sell it as a retainer, so let's say if you have done one-off videos, you can sell ongoing motion assets for every new feature that drops or every new update or new launch videos, right? And then you can sell those assets where people or those companies can actually use those small animations in their own organic content, right? There are a lot of things that can be done to make it a big retainer kind of a service. The whole idea being with these two skills, so launch videos and then product demonstration videos, is that your income can become 10x of your original income after you change your framing to this one idea, which is that what kind of work I can put out right now that can land in the group chats or conversations of people I want to work with. I'm just going to leave you with that. Think about it. Alright, so before we move into the third skill, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to bring a lot of great insights of the online industry overall, and it's going to be fun. So make sure you subscribe, leave your thoughts down below, and let's move on to the third one. Now you can either do the third one yourself or you can find somebody who can assist you with it. The whole game of building an insanely good career online, it's a factor of teamwork. You can not do most of this online or alone, I would say. There are people I know who have tried to sell these two skills that I've told you about, but either they cannot sell or they cannot actually deliver the service, or they just do not have the marketing insights, but they are really good at what they do. The overall idea is that if you can find good people, trustworthy people who can help build a team so that you can do your part and then together you can make a lot of money, go for it. I'm telling you, building teams, it's going to be the best thing that you do online. Now, the third skill I'm actually talking about, it's creative direction and branding overall. And I would say internet generally needs creative directors and good ones. People who can actually think, and they're just not people who decorate. Most of the world is sprinting towards the bottom right now because see, AI has given people the illusion that they can feed the same 20 references into a model, press generate. They can use the same typography and typeface, and then you just built a brand. The only thing that stands out or that has started to stand out and then it will become novelty in future, that's human touch and real thought. And creative direction is that touch. And these people, they are the difference between a brand that's just pretty and the brand that's unforgettable. Creative direction, it's not just, let's say, social media strategy or it's creating mood boards. It's all about having your own small value props and then you doing them with genuine intention. If you do launch videos and there's great creative strategy, it's not just thinking about, okay, what can be done. It's the specifics. It's how the thing is going to look. How will it sound? How are the visuals going to be? Like, what will be the visuals? Who's going to edit this, right? Factoring the team factor in this. And then studying enough history or let's say literature about that one idea that they can eventually end up creating something extremely unique. And then eventually they are the ones who create unique styles for other people. If you do Apple-like animations, you know how that sentence just started? Apple-like. It's because somebody put real thought into every single corner of that design or every single way in which transitions are made. That's creative direction. If you can do it with social media, amazing. You'll be a great creative director for social media. If you can do for D2C businesses or if you can do for AI startups, right? Or you can do that for launch videos or product videos, you're still a great creative director. And that is why I would say the barrier to entry is extremely high. It's something that you learn one by one. This is not a skill that you can just learn in one go, right? There are stacks to this. So that's why I would give it maybe a 5 out of 5 in terms of barrier to entry. And it's mainly because most people simply just do not have the taste or the observation skills or the discipline to develop a cohesive point of view in terms of their vision. If a person comes to you today and they're looking for a launch video or a product video, can you create an impeccable draft in a week? If you can, sure, you probably have all of these skills I've mentioned. And if not, then you need to know what you have to work on. And I'm going to tell you that. Income potential, it's a 5 out of 5. Creative directors sit at the top of the value chain because every brand decision flows through them, or every part that they are accountable for, it flows through them. At a smaller level, it's social media strategy. At a bigger level, it's creating brand identities, it's creating mood boards, all of it. Let's say if you build a team for it and you become the creative director and you have, your service delivery sorted out as well, you can charge a few clients upwards of 10K a month, or you can get placed in a good company and you can easily make a multiple 6-figure salary.
Wait. Hold on. Post-production Saksham here. I watched a reel recently by Oren Meets World, and that gave me the thought afterwards, after making the video overall. It's that if you want to become a creative director, it's a very ambitious position. Instead of aiming straight up to get to that position, I would say you should aim to become a creative strategist first. And that video by Oren Meets World that I watched yesterday just made me want to include this here. So play it.
Creative strategist is one of the highest paid in-demand marketing jobs, but what do they actually do? Creative strategists are in charge of making one or all of organic content, paid ads, and distributed content actually perform. Zoning in on paid ad strategists in particular, first they gather and allocate resources, work with the team on objectives of what to sell, and gather pain points and intel on what the customer actually wants. Then they brief the ads to designers, third-party creators, and the team for content shoots. Then they work with the media buyer or agency on metrics, focused on improving 4 things: return on ad spend and making money, hook rate or thumb stop to make sure people care about their ads, click-through rate to make sure people are taking action, and the conversion rate once they actually get to the product detail or landing page. They can do all this easily inside Motion, where you can visualize and organize your ad assets, and understand why your ads are and aren't working using automatic AI tagging and comparative reporting, as well as getting inspiration from competitive ads by industry, showing you visual formats, hooks, and other AI tags. This is one of the most in-demand jobs and well-paid because it brings content knowledge and creation coordination into the part of the business that generates real revenue. Level up your creative expertise and sign up for Motion's 14-day free trial. Comment Motion below and I'll send you a link.
Now, in terms of how to learn the skill, I'm gonna read out the points right now. Study the breakdowns of campaigns and brand decisions. You build libraries, so you build swipe files of logos, color palettes, typography, photography, etc. You have to make mood boards daily. I would recommend watching videos by Oren Meets World on this topic. That will help you sense, train the sense of direction, cohesion, and taste. Reverse engineer big brands: Apple, Aesop, Notion, Nothing, OpenAI, all of it. And rebuild smaller versions yourself. You learn storytelling. You pick one design tool, so let's say Figma, Photoshop, just to convey your ideas. You create small personal projects. So like launch videos and product videos, put out your work on the internet. You learn system building, SOPs, templates, guidelines, etc. So you can transfer your vision within your team, and then outwards, you can transfer that to your client. And I would say, learn social media for specific knowledge and blend everything. Post educational content about it all, you won't regret it. Now I would say you might think about कि यार ये सब चीज़ें बता तो दी, what should we exactly do? My aim here is to convey ideas that are very effective and they are not simple to execute. This will require genuine hard work. These are the 3 skills I'd say will get you stupid amounts of money if you do it for the right people. And if you can get great at any, or you're the best talent, I'll hire you. Straight up. Let me know what else you would like to learn in terms of building an online business or learning good skills. These were 3 of the skills that I sell currently, and I have sold for tens of thousands of dollars in the last few months. I hope you guys got some value out of this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.